All right, guys. Sorry I didn't do videos for a while. I'm up in North Florida. We had this huge storm. Then, after the storm, the power was still out for a while. The internet was out for even longer. And as soon as we had power and electricity again, I lost my voice. So I hope you understand me. My voice is right now a lot better than it was a couple of days ago. Now, what I want to talk about today is if you actually make the decision to look into hormone or testosterone replacement therapy, should you go online through an online clinic or should you do this in person with a doctor? Okay. Now, you're going to be surprised at my answer. First of all, if you have the luxury of having a doctor who specializes in hormone replacement therapy within driving distance, certainly go to him, get face to face, and talk to him. However, most people do not have that luxury. Okay? So your choice is to either go online through a testosterone clinic or to go to a doctor who doesn't specialize in testosterone replacement. And I really do not suggest you do that. The reason why is when I was researching testosterone replacement, I was looking in a lot of forums and I noticed that people who went online, okay, through clinics, they had doctors who were knowledgeable. All they do is testosterone replacement. They know how to start you off. They know how to adjust your treatment depending upon your bloods, depending upon how you feel, what you say to them. Okay, so they can go ahead and do this. Whereas a doctor who doesn't specialize in TRT is going to have the same preconceived ideas and the same prejudices that a normal person does. Okay, unless you're like literally going to die. Okay, you're literally becoming a woman because your testosterone is so low and your estrogen is so high. Most doctors will be like, well, you don't need it. It's not medically necessary. So they won't even do it. Okay. Now, if somebody does decide that they're going to help you as a doctor, they're probably going to start off with creams. Okay. Well, we're going to give you some testosterone cream. I haven't heard, okay, from like people online saying, hey, I did it, this didn't work. A lot of people who said they started out with creams and it didn't work, they had to either get injections or they had to go to a different doctor to get injections, okay? I really don't suggest you use a cream. I have no interest with, I hate needles. And even though I hate needles, would rather get stuck with a needle, okay, than take testosterone cream. Another problem with cream is, aside from the fact it doesn't really work, especially for men, another problem is if you're with a woman, okay, you have to be really careful that if you're like cuddling or getting intimate, that nothing, it doesn't transfer over to her because you're rubbing skin to skin, okay? So, like I said, a lot of people would be really against giving you testosterone at all. And if so, they're like, oh God, I'm scared to give you an injection, so let's go ahead and start with the cream. Now, another problem with this is, a lot of doctors are afraid to allow you to inject yourself. Okay, so what they're going to say is you have to come into the doctor's office to get the injection from one of their assistants. One thing that I've learned about testosterone replacement is it's better to get a little bit of testosterone very often instead of a lot rarely. So I've heard, like I said, in the internet, I heard some people were saying, why is my testosterone screwed up? I get a shot from the doctor every 3 weeks or once a month. So they get a huge amount of testosterone, too much testosterone one day. Then after a while it goes down, then after a while it goes down, then after a while it goes down. And after, like I said, like 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, now it's way too low again. So then they start what they call the emotional roller coaster, where like everything goes up and then everything goes way down. Okay. So the problem is, like I said, I mean, could you really go to the doctor every single week, okay, to get your shot? Whereas, these online places, what they do is they give the prescription to the pharmacy. The pharmacy ships it to you, okay, and you actually inject yourself. Now, I personally, I could do a subcutaneous injection myself. I do that, where I take some skin and shoot underneath the skin. I have not injected myself into the muscle yet, but my girlfriend's a nurse. Like, this is what she does for a living, so she can inject me. But like I said, a lot of doctors, in-person doctors are not going to trust you to inject yourself. So you're going to have to, use a gel, which doesn't really work. It might be dangerous if you're with a woman. And also, like I said, it's, if you're probably not going to get the injections often enough. Okay. Now, another problem is I am not on just testosterone. Okay, I'm on testosterone. I'm also on something called HCG. I'm going to talk about this other stuff later. HCG, which basically keeps my own production, the little bit of testosterone I produce myself, it keeps it up. That's good to, to prevent testicular atrophy. Just sounds bad. Okay, it's enough to keep up my own production of testosterone so it doesn't go down. It's just for good well-being. Okay, in general. So the bottom line is I'm taking testosterone, HCG, and I'm also taking an AI. I'm going to talk about these in another video, but the AI basically prevents testosterone from becoming estrogen, which can cause problems. Okay? Like I said, a lot of doctors won't give you testosterone. A lot of doctors will give you a gel maybe. A lot of doctors won't give you the shots often enough, okay? And even if you get all of that, a lot of times because they don't know, they have the same prejudices that most people do, even though they're doctors, because if they don't specialize in it, they just have like, well, they heard, they won't give you an AI, they won't give you HCG. So, I've heard, like I said, looking in the internet at the forums, one guy said, oh, my doctor's not going to give me HCG because he said he's not going to give me like a female cancer treatment. Okay, this is like something that was actually used, for women who had problems with breast cancer. And then, there are other uses for it. One of them being to prevent, testicular atrophy, etc., to maintain natural production of testosterone, okay, in men on hormone replacement. So, but some of them will be like, oh, that's not even for men, so I'm not going to give it to you because they don't know. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is if you have the opportunity to go in person and sit in his office and talk to him face to face, a proper hormone replacement specialist, do it 100%. But if your choice is to either A, go to, a doctor who really doesn't know what the hell he's doing, he may never have even looked into hormone replacement before, okay, or to go online with a clinic that specializes in this and they know what they're doing, I would certainly go online to a clinic that specializes in this and knows what they're doing.